This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Kerry Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life. Well, I was actually asking if the puppies were coming.
Oh, well, there's only one puppy now.
What happened? Did you find a foster parent?
No, we got her adopted.
Oh,
we were the foster parent.
I mean, that's right. So you found a new home for the dog. So is it somebody that you knew or through somebody like?
It was through somebody that I knew.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
Yeah, it's really awesome. We're very excited and very sad.
Oh, and we have a Bean.
Hi, Bean.
Oh, don't lick me. So I want to hear all your update, and I have so much update to give you, but I had an epiphany this week, and I would like to let you guys know.
This is for my hair.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. This is hilarious. This is like one of my costume pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it looks funny.
Mom, and for my hair to get separated.
All right.
Good.
Go. So I can. I'm not laughing at you. You look very cute. Go. Leave. My epiphany.
Where's your whole setup? Oh, your epiphany.
So my computer is at the Mac store and it's getting rebuilt. Can I tell you what the theory is that me and Asa have? There's been lightning storms and I didn't have it plugged into a what's it called? Like a port that you plug it into that plugs into the wall.
Mom,
a surge protector. I did not have it plugged into a surge protector.
Mom, this is for my roomie wig.
So it got fried, basically. My computer got fried, we believe, in like a storm, like a thunderstorm. Luckily, I have Apple.
Is that a thing?
Apparently, because, I had it just plugged into the wall and the cord is a little chewed up anyway. It was just like that cord needed to go. And just one day, it just there's no signs of life. And then I brought it into the Apple store and then we plugged it in a million different ways and it wouldn't wake up. So that would have cost me $2,000 right there had I not had Apple Care. So thank God past Kerry thought about that. Thank God. So it's getting fixed right now. And I leave for Miami in exactly 5.5 days.
This episode is sponsored by Apple Care.
Yeah. Look at her. She looks hilarious. You look so funny. Go away. Go. No, I have to tell Noah my epiphany. My epiphany is that as ridiculous as I sometimes say that you are, I've realized that I am, in fact, you. 100%. And it was just hiding. It was
What did Kerry do now?
I am struggling under the structure that I'm in, struggling in a way I never thought I would. I'm in a situation where I don't have to worry about money. It's not the best. It's not oh my God, I'm making so much money right now, but it's stable. It's the same thing every single time I go in, and I am itching. I'm itching.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
It sucks. I don't want to feel this way. This is the last way I want to feel. I got
the worst.
There's also other couple things going on. I have fatigue. Fatigue is the new symptom that I'm experiencing with my menopause, and it's when you can't be awake at all. You just feel, it's you felt fatigue for other reasons. You have your stuff with GERD, and I'm sure fatigue is part of it. So you just feel it, and you're like, why can't I just be awake and alive? And no amount of caffeine helps. So there's that as well. There's the fact that I probably would be burnt out even if I didn't feel that way. So I'm giving myself a little bit of a break. Okay, chill out, babe. But anyway, so I was telling my assistant Ren, who listens to the podcast, about how I was feeling, and I didn't say anything about you. And she's like, "You're pulling a Noah." I was like, "I am."
You're pulling a Noah.
I
Man.
am. And I don't know what to do.
Well, thank you, Ren, for coining that term. That's pretty funny. You're pulling a Noah. Yeah, it
I don't
sounds
know
like
what to
you are.
do. I wish I knew what to do. And I think if you knew what to do, you would have done it.
It's how ridiculous.
It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it. It's I haven't found a way around it yet. Aside from, quit everything and start over.
Yeah, the implosion.
Burn it all to the ground and do something else. That's usually my answer.
So this is what I did. I talked to my boss and I told her how I was feeling, and mostly it wasn't because of this itch that I can't scratch. It's mostly because besides that, I was like falling asleep at the wheel, driving back and forth to work. Like it was like the footprint that job had in my life was just too much. And what I was getting for it was health insurance. I wasn't getting any more money necessarily. And so this is me now on the road to figuring out, look at her. She looks so gangster right now.
Don't dare look at me, Noah. I will fire you.
I'll be honest. I can't really see you that well because the video is like cutting in and out and blurry.
Okay, good.
Playing with it like this.
You guys, she's got a sock on her head. It's really funny.
No, it's not a sock, Mom.
Oh, okay. It's a net. It's a net wig cap. Anyways, so what I did was I went back down to part-time. Still means I'm doing 20 hours there, but it's a whole lot better than the 30. And the thing that I didn't know I was getting with the full-time, which I learned after I did it, was number one, you have pressure to make sales. And the pressure to make sales is not something that I want in my life. I want to make as much money as possible, which is motivating enough for me. Like a kind of a random pressure to get to a certain number, I was not loving in my life. And I don't know. I think some people are really motivated by that. Are you motivated by that when somebody's like, you have to get to blank number in sales at this job?
No, I don't think I'm very motivated by that. I think I like you have the self-motivation already.
I mean, and it kind of itched me the wrong way, that pressure.
I also don't like when other people, put pressure on me. I'd rather put pressure on myself.
Yeah. Both of us. Oh God, we were cut from the same cloth, sir. My goodness. This is why you and me and Amanda actually got I really do feel like there are like a lot of undercurrents of why we were like very quick to be friends, because there's some undercurrents that are very similar that I'm now learning about myself. But number one is that pressure, that sales pressure. And then number two, I had to make the 30 hours. So if she gets sick, or if I need a day off, I have to make one of those days up. And I don't have the time to make it up. I'd have to spend weekends there when I don't necessarily have clients there. It would just be time that I'm spending. And so it wasn't really worth the money. So, and there's a culture there that, I don't know. I feel this at every gym. Like when you want to do less there, because there's just a culture of like always trying to get you to do more, like to get more of you. When you want to do less, there's a culture also like disappointment. And I don't know if I am projecting that, making that up, or if it's actually real, but that's how it felt. Have you been in a professional environment that feels that way?
Yes, for sure. I think if the conversation comes down to like work-life balance is the wrong term here. Work community pressure balance. I don't really know how to exactly
Yeah,
how to
yeah, yeah,
phrase it.
yeah.
But like I think we've entered into a place, or at least some places, and the arts world is a great example of it, where like you better work as hard as you can. And as soon as you don't, and you just do what you've actually been hired to do the job, you're going to feel like shit because everybody else is going to judge you for it. And it's a weird thing because like if you look at, you know, corporate jobs and things like that, if you do anything more than what you have, you know, have put in your contract, or you do anything more than your job description is, like everyone's like, "Oh, what? You going for a promotion? Like you're really trying hard. Like what's going on?" And that's noticed. But in the arts and I think in the athletic world, gym world, yeah. You know, when you do if you do the minimum, if not the minimum is the wrong word. If you do the job description, it's not enough. If you are working to do more than the job description, it's enough. And if you do anything that's less than what, if you do a lot and then bring it down a little bit, there's judgment. And it's really I think it's really frustrating. I think it's really annoying. I think it's a weird. The theater world is probably my favorite version of it, because the irony in the theater world is like, you know, rehearsal goes till this second. If you go over by more than 1 millisecond during rehearsal, you owe everybody you owe everybody on staff and on the and on the crew like another hour's worth. And then at the same time they're like, "Oh, but you need to do more than what we hired you for."
Mm-hmm.
And it's there is something toxic about that.
Well, and I think that I'm experiencing like a corporate culture that I haven't experienced maybe since I was 23. So that's part of it too. I haven't worked for a corporation, not really, like for most of my adult life. Like Kelly, who is my co-host on the other podcast, she says all the time, she's like, "I don't know if you could tolerate this. There's a lot of mini injustices all the time." And I'm not talking about anything in specific, but every corporation that you work for, there's a hierarchy, there's many injustices all the time, and you kind of have to swallow things. It's not something that I'm used to. If I had been working for a corporation this entire time, I think, you know, I would have some more thick skin to it, a little bit more tolerance to all of it.
I think, but the other side of that is like, legally you are supposed to and be allowed to like tell a boss who's asking you to do more work than is what you were hired for to go fuck themselves. That is the other side of corporate life. Is like, you take on a job, this is what the job description is. If somebody asks you to do more, like technically, yeah, you can do more, and it shows some initiative, and maybe it leads to a raise or, you know, a promotion or whatever. But like legally, you can tell them to go fuck themselves if they ask you to do more. And that's why people, I mean, I know that's why some people like take corporate jobs, because they want to just do that work. They don't want to do more work. They want to do what they were hired for, and that's it. They want to clock in, clock out.
Yeah, I'm so not good at this. I'm pushing through it. Like I'm not trying to. I want to push through it because if just to like prove to myself that I can, you know, do this thing that's hard for me, which is so silly. What's hard for me is what's normal for most people. Just to go to your job.
Yeah, I trust me. I get that. Just to go to your job, get up, go do the thing that everybody else does.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, it's like,
Be
so
be at this place between these hours.
yeah. And I still have gratitude for it because I need this job. It's going against the grain of like my cultured personality that has been cultivated over the last 20 some years. Um,
Yeah.
I kind of dreamt of structure, fantasized about structure, and it turns out it doesn't feel great to me. Um,
The
so
grass is always greener.
the grass is always greener. Oh my God. It's like this. I'm pulling such a Noah right now, but it is less now. 20 some hours a week is way different than pulling 30 hours a week. Oh, and the thing is with the sales stuff and having to do the 30 hours, it's just problematic because it's like I was looking at June because I'm about to go to Miami and that trip has been planned for a year. You know, I have permission and all that, and I just move my stuff around. But to to stay in line with what I need to do, I would have had to do every weekend of June, and without clients
Yeah.
there, just be there. And it's
Yeah.
taking away from Bean and I, and you know, it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm working to put her in camp and to pay for health insurance, and actually spending time with her. Not any. You know, it's like plenty of people do a 9 to 5 job and see their kids outside of that. But that's not what we're used to. And that's not really what I want. So now I'm doing 20-ish hours, and then I've got my 10-ish hours at Arium. It feels like 10-ish, sometimes like 15, but right now it's 10. And then all the podcasts and try to get all my work done. But my business has taken a back seat, so I'm going to try to figure out how to re-engage with it here because I haven't been. I mean, it's like Noah, give me your update. You're headed to.
I think. Well, I think before I give you any update, I was going to say that I think there's also, and this is something that I feel, and I'm sure you feel the same because apparently you're me.
Apparently.
But I have a real problem with feeling like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And when I work a job that is like, I just have to be there even if there's no clients, I start going fucking crazy. Like, I start losing my mind. I mean, the last role that I had at the health company, there was so much time that I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Like, we've delayed a video shoot 3 weeks. I'm just filling time. I'm just making shit up. I'm just like coming up with ways to like stay busy. I'm not actually like, am I being productive? Sure, in one way or another. Am I being productive in a way that I actually believe is productive? No. I'm just working. And I think when you reach a point where you're just working or you're just waiting around, but you have to be in that place at that time, like I'm wasting my time and you're wasting your money. And if I reach a point where I think I'm wasting my time and you're wasting your money, I'm going to tell you. And I have told clients that, I've told people that I work with that, and I understand there's a bit of a self-deprecating, concept to that. Like, if I'm going to get paid more for sitting there doing nothing, and I'm telling them like, I'm sitting there doing nothing, you're wasting your money, I'm not going to make that money. But personally, I think my time is more valuable being used to make more money somewhere else than it is to be sitting there for, 40 bucks an hour or 35 bucks an hour or whatever you're being paid. So I think that's a huge aspect to it. As soon as you feel like you're wasting your time, or you're like, I just have to be there even if there's no clients, when you like hearing you say that, I think that's a huge piece of like, I'm wasting my time, I could be doing something else. I could be, and that for me, like, oh, that drives me nuts. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big choice though, because basically if I sit there for those hours or work, so like because the ramp up business of this, the first what I've noticed, what I've learned about this job is that statistically, the first year and couple months of this job, it's a lot of that because you have to build up your own. They always say you're building up your own business, and it takes time. And actually, I'm building it faster than statistical. You know, like I'm in more of I'm over the 50 percentile if I look at my own numbers.
Sure.
But that's what you're getting for that health insurance. You know, that's what a lot of people do, and
Yeah.
it's really hard for both you and I to wrap our heads around. You know, I was talking to my sister because basically what I've done, which is truly irresponsible in the most in the biggest way. I'm literally losing my health insurance and my child's because I can't tolerate the footprint that this job has in my life. It's truly irresponsible in a way, but at the same time, we're shelling out money for camp on the days that sometimes I don't have clients there. And there's not too much I can do to move the needle quicker. If I felt like I could move the needle really quick,
Right,
like
you would do it.
2 months, but it's just like there's so much I don't have control over there when it comes to like if a client walks in wanting to spend $1,000 that day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't control who walks in the door. Sometimes they're ready to spend $1,000, so sometimes they're not. Most people don't have it.
And it's your business, but it's also not your business.
Correct. It's my business inside those walls that are not my ones.
Right. And I think that's a huge mental factor and contributing factor.
Well, and they use those words, it's my business, but truly I like in the definition of you're having your own business, I have my own business outside of that, which has always existed. Yeah, so I've done this like truly irresponsible thing, but also responsible towards her and me and having time and having a little more balance. You know, and I was talking to my sister. My sister's the CEO of a health insurance company. Did you know that? Did I ever tell you that?
I didn't know that actually.
She is.
Uh-uh.
But even she cannot hand me health insurance because we have to go through the state of Texas no matter what. So what she can help me do is find a concierge service to help me navigate it. So I'm going to be in the throes of doing that soon because you can't also apply too early. But she says to me, Kerry, this is America. We should be able to get you health insurance. I was like, that's really funny because I don't think of it that way. I think of it the opposite way. This is America. Good luck getting health insurance. That's how I feel. So I don't know how we want to split that up, but I just feel like, you know, we make too much money, but then we don't make, I'm not, you know, my partner's business doesn't do family health insurance anymore. They just do it for the employee. And for me, I'm self-employed and make too much money, just enough money that I'm not on Medicaid. So this is going to be the next struggle. And I think oh my God, you've got a wig on now. It's I think relevant for the podcast because it's like, I think so many artists are going through this right now where they're just like, you do well enough that you're not in poverty, but you still have this issue because I'm not working for a corporation anymore. I am, but as a part-time employee.
I mean, there's that balance of I make enough to do this, but I don't make enough to do that, or I make enough that I qualify for this, but I don't make enough to qualify for that. Like there is like this middle ground that just like screws you.
Yeah, and I feel like I've always been there, kind of. Like I've always been in that space because I'm never doing badly. You know what I'm saying? But when you do just enough so that
Yeah, you're always in that pocket.
yeah. Oh man, it just, well, the other thing is that I'm going into my diet. Okay, so I'm pre-diabetic now, although hopefully by the time I get my blood drawn next time, I won't be. I'll be down because I was at the very bottom of that. But there's the element of my diet changing, and you know how this feels, and my menopause, which just means I'm having a lot of fatigue and a lot of brain fog that's getting slightly better because of the HRT. So I'm doing a schedule that's I'm fatigued already, I'm burnt out already on teaching. And then the only break I have is going into a week where I'm still teaching. So I'm kind of in this place where it's like I can't take a break because I don't have the time. Like gone are the days currently of being able to just like say I'm taking this week off. I can't really do it. Not in a responsible way towards all of my responsibilities that I've made.
Yeah.
So I'm a little I'm a struggle bus right now, Noah. I don't know what to say.
I get it. I very much get it. It's a tricky spot, and I think a lot of people in our world deal with it. Is like I have to I have to I have to overachieve, but I have to overachieve at everything, and that's not possible. But I have to keep trying, and I'm not, and there's only so much. Like there's only so much you can do to. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much work you can put in, and without leaning one all the way one way or leaning way the other, you're always going to have one. That doesn't having one foot in and one foot out is always going to be detrimental to consistency, but it's a reality, and
I mean, the only hope that I have is that my diet I start to feel like a little more balanced, and my HRT is starting to give me a little more balance so that I can actually feel like I've had a bit of a deep breath during the week where I'm out of town. It's going to cause its own issues because I only spend 1 week away from my family a year, and they usually are a little messy because I'm not there. So, I'm just hoping that it goes as smoothly as possible and that I get my deep breaths so that I come back. I feel like I can hit the ground running because I feel like my life is dragging me. I'm sure you felt that way too, like in the past. Like I'm just being dragged by it versus like being on top of it and running things.
I definitely know that feeling.
How do you feel now that you're done with your season, your competition season?
I feel okay. I mean, I still have a lot of work. I'm still working with the new client and my my old client, and I have some more work coming for the summer, and um so there's some things on the horizon that I am looking forward to, and have to figure out I have to figure out what's going to happen next and how it's all going to come together. I think I'm someone who when I go away or when I'm traveling or whatever it might be, like that definitely helps me, and I think that week away will definitely help you. Because you're gonna be with students, you're gonna be in your element, you'll have all those things sort of supporting you and not feeling like they're dragging you. I'm going up to Mammoth tomorrow, and I'm gonna be there until basically August, and I'm like I'm gonna be working up there, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try a social media thing. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna throw some shit at the wall, and I'm also gonna do some things that I love. I'm gonna go hike. I'm gonna go rock climbing. I'm gonna go feel like I'm accomplishing something. And I too feel like I'm about to like take a long exhale.
Yeah. I mean, I think also I don't give myself this moment. Like, other people don't try to work 7 days a week from January to June. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It's not really realistic, but because of the structure of our lives and like not being able to give enough time to any one thing, that's just what ends up happening. Like, I'm not giving up on my podcast because I got a job. Okay, well, when does that happen?
Right.
Like, you don't give up on this because you have that. And so, okay, now you're flying for the weekends every weekend. Okay, when does the work for red flags happen? Well, it happens on Monday, or whatever.
Right.
So
Right. There's a constant state of shifting rather than letting go and picking up.
yeah, so the rest that like the structure of a 9 to 5 might give someone, mind you, I don't think I want that anyway. We've already gone over the fact that I don't love the structure. So not that I'm saying that would be stop whining, or else you're gonna be on the podcast whining. Stop it.
Yeah, you don't want. It's a bad look. It's a bad look being.
Maybe I don't dislike everything that I'm doing. Maybe just like people don't try to do that. I mean, my friends do, but
I'm sure you don't dislike everything you're doing. I don't dislike everything I'm doing. It comes in waves, and there's good moments and there's bad moments, and there's trying to just have a there's consistency in being in the inconsistency.
Well, you know what?
This is probably a great story. So
yes, please.
My birthday was on Friday.
Happy birthday! See, I missed it too.
Don't worry, I don't do that. Anyway, my birthday was on Friday, and my roommate from college, Mr. Adam, who listens to this podcast, called me, and he's gonna now love this episode because he's being referenced. He called me, and Friday was his last day as the head resident at his hospital.
Wow.
Which means he's no longer a resident, and because I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, that means he's now an attending, and he's a pediatrician. He's going to be at a closer hospital, and all of this, his med school, his undergrad, his residency, every led him to this moment where he is now the doctor. And listen, you're a doctor when you're a resident, but now he's the doctor. He's done. There's no more steps. There's no more next level. There's no more, whatever. He made it. And we were talking, and I said, we started college 14 years ago. This is the culmination of 14 years of work, of effort, of schooling, of what, blah, 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 blah. And then I made a joke about, so what are you going to do next? You're done. What next? And he was like, I don't know, maybe I'll become a lawyer, or, whatever. But I said he should open a wellness center and teach yoga or something. And And we were talking about that, and I I said to him, it's just amazing how consistent of a human being you are. You have been at this for 14 years, one step and the next step, and he made it happen. He did it. And I said, I haven't, in the last 14 years, my consistency is that there is no consistency.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm all over the place, that I'm doing all these things that, I whether it's dating or business or work or travel or what. And if you look at the two of us over 14 years, we couldn't be more different. But we're both consistent in our existence. I'm consistent in that, the corporate world doesn't work for me, and when I do things for an extended period of time, it starts to, I start to wonder what's coming next, what's going to happen next. And he is a driven, he's got that one focus, and grass is always greener. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to just have that one fucking plan? But it's an amazing thing, and I I don't know what happens next. I don't I don't know what happens next for him. I'm sure he's gonna do this. This is what he's always wanted, and he's gonna do this, and he's gonna do more, and you know we'll see. And maybe now it's my turn to go to law school or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, okay, after all of this, I'm a former dancer, I'm an aerialist, and I'm a Pilates trainer. Like, uh, do you have an at the end of yours?
No, I don't
Can
have
you
an
say
eh.
that?
I have a when people ask me what I do, I just pick one.
Are you like the back to talking? I'm legit. I'm legit. I'm like the back to talking. I'm legit. I'm legit.
I just pick one thing to say. Tell them the thing that makes me money right now. That's what we'll get, sir. And choreographer, and I have a marketing business, and I do cocktails, and and I have a dating app. I don't need to do. We don't need to have that conversation. I don't need to know you that well. Like we're doing pleasantries. Move on.
Okay, so usually we're talking about Noah's existential crisis, but today, just for the listeners, we're doing Kerry's. It's gonna be fine. It's totally gonna be fine.
It's all gonna be fine. It's all fine.
Fine.
As somebody who worries all the time, don't worry.
Well, and I would love to get this episode out on Tuesday, but my problem is that my computer is currently in the shop, and I would have to do kind of some cartwheels to try to figure out how to edit this thing on a different computer, and I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to find out when you guys are going to get this episode.
And Bean did a lot of cartwheels in the background of it.
He did.
That's gonna make the editing much harder.
Well, and also I usually have the mic, and it kind of pulls my voice outside of what's happening in the background. But since I'm on an iPad, it's just all the noise in the room.
Maybe that's why the video has been so rough.
Yeah, I usually have a setup. Noah, let me say that I want to get on with you and Amanda before I leave for Miami, and that's my goal. But if I can't, then I can't. We'll find out if I can pull that off.
Well, I don't know what's happening this week. I can tell you I will be spending the next 3 days acclimatizing to higher elevation again. So I will be hiking. I will be going on walks. I will be being a little bit athletic. And other than that, I should be fairly available.
All right, sir. Thanks for the artist entrepreneur pep talk. Really appreciated it.
And a session with Noah and Noah.
You ready to say goodbye?
And Bean.
And Bean.
Oh, what? Now you're sad to see me go?
She's been trying to get off the phone with you this entire time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you've been like, get off the phone. I don't want to be here. You won't leave your mom alone. You're firing me, and now you're bummed.
Get out here.
All right, safe travels, sir. Try not to
Thank
slip
you.
on any snow out there.
And you're fired.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
And you get a spank on your tail.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
What am I? What?
She calls your tail your bum.
Oh.
Bye.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and add Noah Doc on Instagram as well as Red Flags app. And me, Kerry Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world that are blazing their way through new businesses and, just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.